sets the stage for the story, introducing both the human protagonist and the alien galaxy's perspective, establishing tension and planting the seeds for the epic HFY conflict. It begins with the human ambassador, Kale Mercer, arriving at the Galactic Council, which represents the dominant powers of the galaxy. The council is composed of species that have long considered humans insignificant. This initial setup immediately highlights a central HFY theme. Humans are underestimated by the galaxy's established powers. From the outset, the council's attitude is one of superiority and condescension. Their species, the Xylarians in this case, are portrayed as imposing, alien, and deeply confident in their dominance. The description of the Chancellor, a towering, chitinous being with multiple glowing eyes, emphasizes the alien sense of intimidation. The Council assumes that their very presence and authority are sufficient to force human compliance. This assumption mirrors many HFY stories where humans are seen as weak or primitive, only for those assumptions to be proven disastrously wrong. Kale Mercer's calm demeanor is crucial to the narrative. While the Council expects fear or flustered hesitation, Kale remains composed. His relaxed posture and measured words immediately signal a key HFY trope: human confidence and fearlessness in the face of threats. This contrast between the alien expectations and human reality begins to unsettle the Council and the reader. Kyle's measured response, asking, "And what happens if we refuse?" is more than just dialogue. It reflects a human psychological trait, rationality mixed with courage. He does not panic, nor does he attempt to appease the Council. Instead, he challenges them directly, which, in the alien perspective, is audacious and almost absurd. The pivotal moment comes when the Council declares war in response to human defiance, assuming that the humans will fold under pressure. The statement, "Then war will be declared," represents the alien overconfidence and their inability to accurately assess human potential. Kale's immediate and calm acceptance, "Then, war it is," serves as the story's turning point. This brief exchange sets the tone for the entire narrative. Humans do not follow the predictable patterns other species expect. The reader senses that the simple act of declaration has triggered a chain reaction with unforeseen consequences. Part 1 also subtly conveys a sense of dramatic irony. The Council, and by extension the galaxy, believes they are the predators and humans are the prey. Yet the narrative implies the opposite. The galaxy has underestimated humans at its peril. This sets up the HFY theme of human ingenuity and latent power, hinting that what the aliens consider a mere defiance is, in fact, a strategic declaration that will have catastrophic consequences for them. Additionally, the part emphasizes the importance of perception and underestimation in interstellar politics. The Council sees humans as small, unremarkable, and laughable, mere nuisances in the grand scheme of galactic affairs. Their arrogance blinds them to the fact that humans have been preparing for exactly such a scenario for centuries. The story doesn't need to elaborate yet on humans' hidden strength. It is enough to establish that humans are not what they seem, creating tension and anticipation for the reader. Finally, Part 1 establishes Kyle not just as a diplomat, but as a symbol of human defiance and audacity. He represents the archetype of the human who refuses to be intimidated, whose courage is matched by calculated calm. The narrative choice to have Kale issue a simple but resolute acceptance of war crystallizes the HFY theme. Humans thrive in adversity and turn threats into opportunities. The story escalates the tension introduced in Part 1, highlighting the galaxy's reaction to humanity's defiance and further emphasizing the HFY theme of humans being underestimated by alien civilizations. After Kale Mercer's calm acceptance of war, the news of his words spreads across the galaxy, triggering panic, disbelief, and strategic mobilization among the alien powers. This part serves to contrast human preparation and composure with alien arrogance, and overconfidence, setting the stage for the epic conflict to follow. The first major point in Part 2 is the galaxy-wide reaction to the declaration of war. The Council's member worlds, which had long regarded humans as insignificant, are suddenly confronted with the reality that one small planet has openly defied the entire interstellar order. The story emphasizes the speed and scale of the reaction, describing it as faster than light, which conveys both the urgency and the seriousness with which alien civilizations perceive the threat, even if they are still underestimating humans. The phrase also subtly hints at humans' ability to outmaneuver expectations, foreshadowing the coming surprises in the story. Despite the galaxy's alarm, Earth itself remains calm and ordinary. This contrast is a deliberate narrative choice that reinforces a central HFY theme. Humans are resilient and composed in the face of existential threats. Life on Earth continues. Schools, cities, and daily routines remain unaffected, emphasizing that humans have long prepared for moments like this and that. The alien perception of chaos and panic is misplaced. This calmness makes the reader appreciate the contrast between human and alien psychology. While the aliens react with panic and arrogance, humans act with strategy and confidence. The story also introduces alien strategic planning, showing the Council's assumption that humans' defenses are laughably inadequate. Alien commanders project tactical models and plan for what they believe will be a swift victory. This not only establishes the scope of the alien threat, but also highlights their arrogance. They assume that technological superiority and numerical advantage guarantee success. This mirrors a common HFY trope. Humans succeed not because they are stronger in conventional terms, but because their ingenuity, unpredictability, and resilience defy alien expectations. Kale's response to the galaxy's preparations is brief, but loaded with meaning. When he warns, "If you attack, prepare for consequences you cannot imagine," it serves multiple purposes. On one level, it is a warning, yet it is also a demonstration of human confidence. He does not elaborate, nor does he threaten in a typical alien fashion. This simplicity of expression reflects a uniquely human combination of calm, courage, and underlying power. To the reader, it hints at hidden capabilities that the aliens cannot comprehend or predict, building tension and anticipation for the battles to come. Part 2 also underscores the theme of underestimation. The aliens view humanity as minimal, defenseless, and predictable. Their belief in a quick victory demonstrates a fundamental misunderstanding of human nature. By portraying humans as calm and prepared while the aliens are scrambling, the story reinforces the idea that human strength is not always obvious on the surface. It is latent, strategic, and often overlooked by those who judge by appearances alone. This underestimation is a recurring HFY motif and serves as the backbone for the story's tension and eventual triumph. Finally, Part 2 sets up the narrative mechanics for the upcoming action. By showing the galaxy mobilizing vast fleets and advanced technology, while humans remain understated and composed, the story creates dramatic irony. The audience knows that humans are far more capable than the aliens realize, which builds suspense and engages the reader. The contrast between alien panic and human calm also establishes the psychological dimension of the conflict. Humans are not only technologically and physically capable, but mentally resilient, unshakable, and strategic, which gives them a unique advantage in warfare. Marks the first major action sequence in the story and serves as the turning point where humanity's latent strength is revealed to the galaxy. While Parts 1 and 2 focused on diplomacy, alien arrogance, and the setup of conflict, Part 3 plunges directly into battle, showcasing HFY themes such as human ingenuity, resilience, and the ability to defy expectations. This section is crucial because it transforms the story from a narrative of warning and preparation into a demonstration of why humans are feared and respected across the galaxy. The part begins with the arrival of the first alien fleet, which represents the combined technological and military might of the Council's forces. This fleet is portrayed as massive and intimidating, with hundreds of warships bristling with advanced weaponry, including lasers, missiles, and exotic alien technology. The description emphasizes the aliens' overconfidence. They expect an easy victory, considering Earth a primitive planet. This sets up the narrative tension, as readers are led to anticipate a clash between human ingenuity and overwhelming alien firepower. From the alien perspective, Earth is laughably small and defenseless. The alien admirals sneer, a single blue planet, pathetic, encapsulates the arrogance that has been a recurring theme throughout the story. The narrative here reinforces HFY's hallmark of humans being underestimated by superior civilizations. By showing the aliens' contempt, the story heightens the eventual impact of human triumph, creating a satisfying reversal of expectations that is central to HFY storytelling. The turning point occurs almost immediately when the human response begins. Unlike the aliens, who rely on predictable formations and firepower, humans employ unconventional adaptive tactics. Their ships are described as sleek, agile, and technologically advanced, but in ways that the aliens cannot comprehend. Humans have mastered rapid innovation and battlefield improvisation, qualities that give them a distinct advantage despite their numerical inferiority. This is a core HFY theme. Humans do not rely solely on brute strength or numbers. They win through cleverness, adaptability, and creativity. Cale Mercer's personal involvement in the battle is significant. By commanding a human vessel that directly engages the alien flagship, Cale is not only a symbolic figure but also an embodiment of human courage and strategic brilliance. The destruction of the alien flagship within minutes demonstrates human superiority in both strategy and technology, effectively shattering the aliens' sense of invincibility. This event marks a psychological as well as a tactical turning point. The Council and alien forces realize that they have gravely misjudged humanity. The civilians on Earth, meanwhile, barely notice the conflict unfolding above them. This detail reinforces the HFY idea that humanity is prepared for existential threats in a way that is second nature to them. Humans do not panic or crumble under pressure. Instead, they execute precise, coordinated actions, turning what the aliens perceive as chaos into a controlled and devastating response. This contrasts sharply with alien behavior, which is portrayed as reactive, rigid, and bound by expectations. The narrative emphasizes that the human ability to remain composed while executing complex operations is itself a form of power. Part 3 also serves to highlight the dramatic irony central to HFY storytelling. Readers witness the aliens' confidence and predictability, which makes their rapid defeat all the more satisfying. The story emphasizes that the aliens' failure is not due to luck, but to their misjudgment of human potential. This sets a precedent for the escalating conflict in subsequent parts. Humans are not only capable of defending their homeworld, but are also capable of striking decisively against far more powerful foes. Finally, this part cements a recurring theme in HFY narratives. Humans are both the underdogs and the apex predators. The narrative demonstrates that humans thrive under pressure, turning disadvantage into advantage. By the end of Part 3, the galaxy begins to realize that the human species operates according to its own rules, which alien civilizations neither understand nor can anticipate. This revelation raises the stakes for the rest of the story, establishing humanity as a force capable of reshaping the galaxy's power dynamics. The story represents the escalation of the conflict and showcases humanity's unparalleled strategic thinking, technological adaptability, and psychological dominance over alien civilizations. Whereas Part 3 focused on the first strike and the initial display of human power, Part 4 emphasizes the systematic and overwhelming counterattack against multiple alien fleets, demonstrating that humans are not merely defensive, but are capable of controlling the battlefield across interstellar scales. The narrative opens with the news of the first alien fleet's defeat spreading across the galaxy. The shockwaves ripple through the Council worlds. Alien commanders, who once assumed humans would panic under the threat of overwhelming firepower, are now confronted with a reality they cannot comprehend. Panic begins to replace arrogance. This shift is crucial because it highlights a recurring HFY theme. Humans inspire fear, not just through brute strength, but through unpredictability and efficiency. The alien fleets, despite their technological superiority, are destabilized simply by encountering an opponent who operates outside their expectations. In response to the initial defeat, the Council sends reinforcements of even greater scale, intending to overwhelm Earth with sheer numbers and advanced weaponry. They deploy multiple fleets armed with devastating weaponry capable of planetary annihilation. On the surface, this is a typical escalation in interstellar warfare. But the narrative carefully constructs the tension by juxtaposing the alien assumption of guaranteed victory with the reality of human preparedness. This contrast is central. To the HFY theme, humans are underestimated at every turn, and that underestimation is their most potent weapon. The humans' response is both technologically and tactically sophisticated. Using captured alien technology from previous skirmishes, human engineers modify their vessels in ways alien designers cannot anticipate. The narrative emphasizes the human capacity for rapid adaptation and innovation, illustrating a core HFY principle. Humans thrive under pressure and turn limited resources into decisive advantages. This technological ingenuity is paired with tactical unpredictability, making humans a nightmare for any alien commander accustomed to linear and predictable strategies. Part 4 also explores the psychological dimension of human warfare. Alien commanders begin to whisper in disbelief, asking, How is this possible? This moment underlines that human advantage is not solely in firepower or numbers. It lies in creativity, coordination, and mental resilience. The humans' ability to appear simultaneously in multiple locations, strike decisively, and vanish before retaliation creates a psychological dominance that shakes alien morale. The narrative frames humans as both a physical and cognitive apex predator, something the galaxy's civilizations have never experienced. Cale Mercer continues to play a pivotal role, orchestrating fleet movements with strategic brilliance. His leadership embodies the HFY idea that humans do not merely survive in conflict, they control and dictate its terms. By making the aliens' own numbers and weapons work against them, humans turn the traditional power hierarchy upside down. What is portrayed here is a hallmark of HFY storytelling. Humans are underestimated because their methods, ethics, and psychology differ from alien expectations, and these differences give them a decisive edge. Another important aspect of Part 4 is the galaxy-wide realization of human dominance. Alien worlds that once relied on the Council's protection now witness repeated defeats and cannot ignore the pattern. The narrative uses this escalating awareness to build tension and highlight human supremacy, a key element in HFY stories. Humans are no longer a single planet defending itself. They are becoming a galaxy-altering force. This expansion of scope transforms the story from a tale of isolated battles into a saga of interstellar strategy and human ingenuity. Serves as the climactic conclusion of the story, bringing together the narrative threads established in parts 1 through 4. It demonstrates the full realization of human dominance, the collapse of alien arrogance, and the reshaping of galactic power structures. This part emphasizes core HFY themes: humans as apex predators, underestimated by others, and capable of redefining the fate of the galaxy. The section opens with the aftermath of humanity's counterattacks against successive alien fleets. By now, the Council's forces have suffered repeated defeats, and alien civilizations across the galaxy are in shock. These defeats are not only military, but also psychological. Alien commanders are demoralized, fleets lie in ruins, and worlds that once prided themselves on technological and numerical superiority are now humbled. This sets the stage for a central HFY idea. Humans do not merely survive, they reshape the battlefield and dominate their enemies, often in ways the enemy cannot predict or counter. Kyle Mercer, as humanity's representative and commander, emerges as a symbol of human ingenuity and leadership. His calm, strategic presence contrasts sharply with the aliens' panic, reinforcing the narrative's long-standing theme that humans are composed, intelligent, and adaptable even in extreme crises. Kale's ability to coordinate global and interstellar responses demonstrates that humanity's strength is both collective and highly organized. In HFY storytelling, this combination of leadership, bravery, and strategic brilliance is often what elevates humans above supposedly superior alien civilizations. The story emphasizes the psychological impact on the galaxy. The alien council, once haughty and unchallenged, is now discredited and humiliated. Their inability to defeat humanity, despite overwhelming resources, challenges centuries of assumed superiority. Alien societies, previously dependent on council authority, begin to seek alliances, concessions, or protection from humans instead. This role reversal highlights a key HFY theme. Humanity's combination of intelligence, courage, and unpredictability allows it to command respect and fear across species, often without resorting to sheer brutality. The narrative shows that humans wield influence not only through force, but through their capacity to inspire awe and uncertainty. A critical narrative device in Part 5 is Kale's broadcast to the galaxy, where he delivers a calm but unmistakable warning. You assumed we were weak. You assumed we would bow. You declared war on humanity. And now, the galaxy's fate is sealed. This statement encapsulates the story's HFY message. It reminds both the alien audience and the reader that humans were never ordinary. They were underestimated at great peril. The simplicity and authority of Kale's words underscore human confidence and reinforce the psychological dominance established throughout the story. Part 5 also highlights the strategic mastery of humans over alien technology and fleets. By this point, humans have turned the Council's own strategies against them, showing superior adaptability and innovation. Alien forces are not only defeated, but outmaneuvered at every turn, creating a sense of inevitability regarding human victory. This reinforces the HFY principle that human ingenuity, creativity, and unpredictability are decisive factors in interstellar conflict, often outweighing raw numbers or technological advantage. Another important element is the reshaping of the galactic order. Civilizations that once acted independently or under council guidance now recognize humans as the dominant force in the galaxy. This transformation is central to HFY storytelling. Humans do not merely survive, they alter the rules of interstellar power, inspiring both caution and respect among other species. The story suggests a long-term consequence: humanity's emergence. As the apex species fundamentally changes diplomatic, military, and cultural dynamics across the galaxy. Finally, Part 5 delivers narrative closure while maintaining a sense of awe and scale. The story begins with humans underestimated and threatened. It ends with humans triumphant and the galaxy irrevocably altered. This resolution satisfies key HFY elements. The underdog becomes the apex predator. Human resilience and ingenuity are celebrated, and the consequences of underestimating humans are made abundantly clear. The conclusion underscores that the galaxy will never be the same. Humans have established a dominance that cannot be ignored or reversed.